Okay, we have our next artist of the week, Edward Hopper. Edward Hopper was an American artist, and if we take a look at the time of this first painting, if we can get this thing to move out of the way, come on, load. This painting is called Nighthawks, and it was painted in 1942. And think about what was going on in the world that time, the Second World War and everything. So a lot of people were off at war. But what you'll see is like a sense of like quiet and like themes of loneliness and solitude through his work. And it makes sense with the time that he was painting his paintings. So let's take a look. This is his most famous painting. You've probably seen this before. But here are some other ones. Now, something that also you get from Edward Hopper's work, which is pretty cool, is that you look at it, a lot of people will look at it and they'll try to kind of add a story. You look at the figures in his work and sit there and go, what's going on in this situation? What are they doing? What are they talking about? We have a girl right here, looks like she's playing piano by herself, just trying to entertain herself, and somebody just sitting there and reading the paper. So what is this unspoken tension between them? Why are they turned away from each other, Okay. So this is a really good example of that, again, that solitude that was in America at the time because so many people were off at war. And so we have this kind of quietness happening. It's almost probably very relevant to what we're going through now and how people aren't outside. But yeah, nobody's walking the streets. We just have this very quiet. You really do get a sense of quiet from this painting. Again, Edward Hopper's work really speaks to like that idea of the narrative and being able to look at this and try and come up with your own explanation and your own story of why this woman is standing in this part of her house looking through the windows. What is she looking at? What is she looking for? What is she waiting for? Okay. As you see, Edward Hopper painted in a realist style. He painted in realism. So, that chair looks like a real chair. This restaurant looks like a real restaurant. This woman looks like a real woman. So he was good at painting realistically. Okay. And we have a video. We'll watch this during class together. But here are our bullet points. So again, we have Edward Hopper is an American artist who painted in the realist style. He painted the realities of ordinary people, especially what was going on during American life in the 1940s and 50s. So again, especially in the 40s, that was a serious time in the world during World War II when people were at war and people were off at war. So the streets were kind of emptier and it was kind of sad and quiet. And it was a scary time. Now again, we look at his paintings and we're able to kind of create narratives about the people in them. We look at them and try and figure out the story and what's going on, which is kind of a fun thing to do and an interesting thing to do while looking at his work. And again, just to reiterate again that some themes in his work was that sense of loneliness and boredom and that quietness and solitude in the city. So that's pretty much it. You go ahead and do your assignment that goes along with this, and good luck. Oops.